we don't discuss football here. But we do make exceptions after we can learn a thing or two about financial management. During this case, FC Barcelona offers a compelling case study. In today's video of Finance Daddy, we will discuss about the debt problem with one of the world's biggest and most popular football club, FC Barcelona. For the uninitiated, FC Barcelona may be a football club, and an iconic one at that. They've won multiple trophies across Europe, and they are one of the largest clubs on the earth. If you haven't heard of Barcelona, that's alright, but you've probably heard of Lionel Messi. Well, he wanted to play for Barcelona after emerging through the club's youth system, and alongside other talented players and managers, Messi and co. took Barcelona to unprecedented heights, and in 2018, the club became the primary sporting entity to cross $1 billion in annual revenues. But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. Over the past few years, the club has faltered on more occasions than one. They've had to sell a number of their star players. They bought new players for exorbitant sums who didn't quite perform evidently. Their wage bill blew out of proportions, with Messi alone taking home 70 million euros, consistent with reports that they had to let him go last year. And also the former club president made a series of bad decisions that left the club in a massive financial hole. Reports indicate that Barcelona may have debts to the tune of 1 billion euros. So we've got to ask, how do you tackle a 1 billion euros problem? How does Barcelona wriggle out of this crisis? Well, to place it simply, the club will cater to three key challenges. Barcelona is knee-deep in debt. As we noted, they need liabilities of over 1 billion euros, and they must reduce this burden significantly to boost their financial situation. The club must win major silverware. Barcelona isn't the dominant force that it once was. If anything, the club is in a state of flux. Their star players have moved on, and they are in the midst of a rebuild. But new additions cost money, especially those with a proven journal, and that they will demand high salaries. So if you add new salaries to the already exorbitant wage bill, then you beget a replacement problem. The administrators of the Spanish La Liga enforce salary caps on clubs to stay the league competitive. They aren't very keen on rich owners simply buying their thanks to the highest. So clubs are only allowed to spend a little of their actual income on player salaries. This implies Barcelona can only raise their wage bill if they will report a commensurate increase in income. Now, how does one solve all three problems at once? Well, Barcelona is using what it calls economic levers, 3 economic levers to be precise. This, they believe, will help them stay competitive while also improving the club's financial situation. Let's start with the primary lever, TV rights. TV networks pay a king's ransom to clubs like Barcelona for exclusive rights to broadcast live matches. It's a recurring revenue stream. However, if you needed a sudden cash injection, you may sell all future cash flows for a sizable sum immediately. And while Barcelona isn't exactly foregoing all future broadcasting income, it did sell about 10% of its income from TV rights to an American investment trust called 6th Street earlier this month. The deal is predicted to last 25 years, and Barcelona will forward 10% of broadcasting income to the current company during this era. Then they activated the second lever. The club sold a further 15% of all broadcasting rights for one more 25 years to 6th Street yet again. In effect, they sold a complete 25% of their broadcasting rights for a cumulative 500 million euros plus. Now, if you're thinking this money will go straight into Barcelona's coffers, that's not exactly true. For starters, the sale is going to be reported as income, and also the added income will help raise the salary cap we spoke of earlier. So Barcelona is going to be ready to pay their new players the huge wages they promised. Second, a decent chunk of the income will go towards paying down the debt, and at last, a number of the additional income will go towards renovation and infrastructure development. And yes, we haven't forgotten about the third lever. Despite pulling in €500 million, Barcelona should need more cash, which means they'll need to activate the third lever. This may include selling 49% of Barcelona's licensing and merchandising arm. It's the entity chargeable for selling player jerseys, merchandise, and other Barcelona's memorabilia, and selling nearly half the corporate could fetch a good sum of cash. Finally, you furthermore might note that Barcelona only recently struck a large sponsorship catered to Spotify. In March, the club signed a shirt and stadium sponsorship cope with the music streaming company said to be worth nearly 280 million euros. So in effect, Barcelona is throwing the sink at the matter. This can be debt management in its most precarious form. If the club sputters during the subsequent 2 seasons, the damage is also irreplaceable. On the flip side, if the club does outperform, pundits may observe this and call it a masterstroke. It's all or nothing for one of the foremost iconic football clubs on the earth, and that we will just need to wait and see how things pan out. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that I get the motivation to bring more videos like these that are not discussed in our everyday lives. Have a financial full day ahead.